Good morning, I'm Peter Cranie, the course leader for the PGCE in Further Education and Training. Welcome to the course. You've got these YouTube videos this morning that you will find out a little bit about me first of all, and why maybe you should be listening to me if I'm teaching you how to be a teacher. And then the second video which tells you a little bit more about the course. And that's then going to be followed by a live collaborate session where you're going to be speaking with me and with at least one other colleague a little bit about the course and finding out and asking and answering any questions that we can at that stage. And also a chance to hear from some of the other students on the course and questions that they have and that you might not yet have thought of. So why am I teaching you this? What's my background? What qualifies me to actually teach you guys to become teachers? Well, I originally trained as a teacher and qualified back in 1994, and I actually trained in a secondary environment as a geography teacher, but I really didn't fancy being called Mr. Cranie and going into a secondary school after doing my teaching practices. So that had all been done successfully, but I went off and I did other things. I did sales, I became a bank manager. I decided I didn't like being a bank manager. I went off, travelled the world a little bit. And when I came back, I retrained as a social worker. But I also, as soon as I'd qualified as a social worker, started to pick up some part-time lecturing experience, given that I had that teacher training qualification. And I combined some part-time social work with part-time teaching experience, and on and off for 15 years, that's what I did, moving more towards full-time FE teaching towards the end of that. And the last 6 years of that was full-time FE. So it gives you a context of my journey and what I've done in terms of my teaching experience. And having been in the sector for 15 years, I've hopefully got a lot of good experience that I can share with you and enable you to take forward into your career. What you'll be gaining when you're on the course is some really current experience. You will be in an FE environment more recently than I will have been once you go out on placement. But it's then about having that conversation, and if there's anything that comes up in your time on the course that you think, do you know what, I need to ask a question of that, and it's not something that your personal tutor can necessarily answer, then I'm always available online if necessary, face-to-face like this, but also in terms of just dropping me an email. So I like to pride myself on being accessible, being reachable to you guys as students, even if you're not going to be in my allocated bubble or group. So it's just a pleasure to welcome you onto the course. And if you'll now go on and look at our second video, you'll find a link at the end of that which will take you to our collaborate session. Thank you.